you better hope that you never get involved with someone like him. Never have someone like him in your life.
Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 456. My name is Will, and this might be a good time for me to learn to mind my own business. As always, I am joined by Atticus, who has always been cool. Hi, Atticus.
Hello.
Ben is out on assignment. He will not be joining us this week, and so this is big time mice shall play mode for you and I, Atticus. The
Yes.
cat's away, as it were. So here we are scurrying around. This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about The Return Part 2. We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. It's over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. Subscribe to us on YouTube. How you doing today, Atticus?
Doing good. Happy Sunday.
It's a happy Sunday. Yeah. This is gonna be we're gonna take our time. We're gonna chill in this episode a little bit. Relax. Just the Roberts boys chilling out. And to that end, I don't know how related this is, but okay, this episode conjures the world of dreams, as the show often does. And I had a dream about this episode even before we watched it, and also it concerned you, Atticus.
Okay.
But it was a very boring dream. I dreamt that the runtime for this episode, I just looked at the runtime and it was like an hour and 20 minutes long. And I tried to warn you that it was just a little bit longer than normal. That was the entirety of
That was the dream.
Yeah. But I guess it was like very important to me that, Atticus, this is going to screw up Atticus big time if this is like slightly longer than 57 minutes. This episode aired May 21st, 2017. It was directed by David Lynch, written by David Lynch and Mark Frost. What'd you think? Now that we've spent a little bit more time in the new space of The Return.
It kind of it's starting to feel like almost like I didn't watch very much of it, but I felt a little Doctor Who-y with
the statue
arm
moving around.
Yeah, and like the arm, the tree, the electric arm tree.
Interesting. I hadn't watched much Doctor Who either, but the like one episode I saw was like the angels, one of they're called, where like they're like statue angels that like moved when you weren't looking at them. And that statue was following Cooper around. I don't know what you mean by the electric tree.
Did I watch the wrong episode? Like, I felt like, was there not a scene where
no.
the
In Twin Peaks, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
How was that Doctor Who-y
I don't know. The one Doctor Who episode I've seen was like this like multi-million-year-old person that eventually was like stretched out in just like a sheet of skin that like pulsated or something. I don't know. It was
okay.
Kind of looked like the pulsating arm.
Yeah. I've wondered how much I wonder how, which other texts season 3 this is in conversation, or I wonder which other texts this season is in conversation with. I don't imagine David Lynch was like a big was a big Doctor Who fan. I don't know, maybe he was. But I've kind of have been having this like running bit on the show where I say like, what is this, Lost? But this could be kind of inspired by Lost. There could be Lost type stuff in this now. Like we're getting like
the glass box room feels very Lost.
Yes, it feels so Lost, and it feels like we're getting mysterious numbers and all that. I feel like it's certainly in I'm gonna try to stop saying in conversation with, but I think it's certainly interacting with Mulholland Drive, which would make more sense because that's an actual David Lynch movie. But I guess on that point, do you know what Lost connection I'm thinking of this episode has?
I'm sure once you say it, I'll feel very stupid.
A character shows up in this episode who is also in Lost. Same actor, not the character.
Oh, okay. You might just have to tell me.
Patrick Fischler, Mr. Todd in Las Vegas.
Okay.
He's like he's not a very big Lost character, but he like works for the Dharma Initiative, and he's like a security guy.
Is he as big as Mac is, like that level of character from It's Always Sunny?
Oh, I don't even remember. I was like, who's Mac? Oh. He is bigger than Rob McElhaney's character in Lost. I was like, he's not as big as Rob McElhaney's character in It's Always Sunny. It's a pretty big part of the show.
It's what a weird, like, just, do you understand what I mean by starring in?
Guy who's only seen the scenes with Rob McElhaney in It's Always Sunny.
And It's Always Sunny.
And it's always, yeah. No, but in Mulholland Drive, that's the same. It's the same actor as Patrick Fischler is in Mulholland Drive, and there's a very similar scene in Mulholland Drive to this episode, where Patrick Fischler is talking about a dream he had about a scary guy, and they're in this diner. Patrick Fischler's like, "Oh, there was a scary guy in my dream," and then they go outside and there's the scary guy. That's like the worst this summary of the like the most famous scene in that movie, but that's what happens there. And he's kind of doing the same thing in this show, in this episode. He's like, there's like a bad guy in my life and it's really fucking bumming me out, dude.
I forgot about this character. I haven't really, like, I've never known this person's name, but I think he's great in everything he's in.
Dude, yeah.
I also think of him, I think I confused him, unfortunately, with guy who looks similar. You'll help
David, like Dalmatian or whatever, or
yes, good job. Yeah,
those are two like character actors who I like a lot. But what is the guy's actual name?
Dash Malchin.
Dash Malchin. That's a hard name to say. But yeah, he's got Fischler vibes. Actually, I'm gonna feel real stupid if like he's the other guy in the Mulholland Drive scene. But that would be cool. But you guys know they're like they're kind of like a little they can play creepy very easily. They're not creepy guys. But like they can lean on stuff. Oh, this David Dalmatian guy, he's in Murderbot. He's good in Murderbot.
His very first movie ever is The Dark Knight.
That's crazy, dude. He has like speaking role in it too, right? He's like I
feel like he might just kind of laugh. Yeah, I guess he does say lines. He's the one who specifically won't tell any information about the Joker.
Oh man,
because
he's running cover for
insane.
for Mr. J. Damn, that's crazy. Oh yeah, and he's a Mentat or something, right? In Dune.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Anyway,
is he in 7? Or no, that wouldn't make sense. Never mind.
I think that came out before The Dark Knight. Yeah, it did. I don't think. No. Who are you thinking of in 7?
I just saw it's mentioned in his career Wikipedia. Someone makes a reference to 7 because he's similar to his character in Prisoners is similar to a character that could be in 7. So
gotcha.
I just saw the word 7.
Okay. This is not a show about David Dalmatian. This is a show about Twin Peaks, and I'm going to talk about it now. I will be reading the summary here. Bill Hastings sits nervously in his cell and his wife arrives. She passes along word from George Boutzer that Bill will not be released on bail, and he insists that he did not commit the murder of Ruth Davenport. but that he dreamt that he was there. Phyllis insists that he was there and reveals that she knows he had been having an affair with Ruth. He counters that he is aware of her having an affair with George and possibly someone else. She taunts him, and Detective Mackley comes to dismiss Phyllis. She starts to leave the station and tells George that Bill is aware of their affair, and she leaves alone, requesting George to meet with her later. As Bill sits in his cell, a dark figure sits in another and disappears, leaving his head faintly flowing away. So we're getting some of these tangled soap opera storylines here with the this married couple who are having affairs, and it reminds us of early Twin Peaks, except the vibe is completely different now. It's way less cozy, and instead of the wonderful melodramatic music playing before, the sounds accompanying this season, it's like a low droning the entire time.
I was gonna say, did we get a cold open with then they played the full intro?
Yeah,
after
we get the
a
old
scene, or was that after the jail scene?
No, I think that was before. It's like it's like a title
before.
sequence that we get.
I was like, for the title sequence.
Yeah, with the old music, shots of the waterfall.
Were they new shots at all, or is it all the same? It felt like higher definition or something. I don't know. Would it have been updated shots, or is it all?
I think it's the same shots as the first episode of season 3, but definitely new shots for the return. They're not reusing old shots from season 1, I don't think.
I don't remember the title sequence being in the first episode, but that doesn't mean it wasn't in it. It was.
The copy I watched had a title sequence that was basically this.
Gotcha. It felt like my first time seeing it in the return for whatever reason, so I was hooting and hollering.
Nice. I mean, take any opportunity to hoot and holler, dude. That's every day. In the words of Dale Cooper, give yourself a little gift of hooting and hollering.
Sure.
So are you watching this on speakers or headphones?
I watched this on the big setup, but can you imagine a worse setup than this? Ads nearly every 30 seconds, not nearly, but watching this on Paramount Plus, ad supported.
No, you're getting ad breaks.
They couldn't engineer worse ad breaks, honestly.
Oh, brother, we gotta get you on a different setup. Okay, we can't be having ad breaks in our Twin Peaks: The Return. That's dire, dude. That's awful. Okay. When we get you on a different setup, watch one of these on like headphones, I think, and pay attention to the mix and there's this like bed of rumbling drones the entire time that is it's like the iceberg of the show a little bit. If like what we see is the tip, there's just it feels like there's a whole like scary world under everything else that's like running in parallel. But the dialogue that we're getting between, what are their names? Bill and Phyllis. Yeah. You're going down. Life in prison, Bill. Life in prison. Like it's kind of classic corny soap opera type stuff, but it's just so weird to see it in like this high definition.
100%.
And what do you make of the dark figure sitting in that cell?
Some sort of Bob type. Okay, so your read on the actual, like, what we're being told so far, is your guess that Phyllis set him up because she knew he was having the affair and wanted him, like, tied up and ended, or did she find out about the affair through this and just thinks he did the murder? Because I don't think he did the murder. I believe that for some reason, and that someone's framed him, and I assume Phyllis has framed him, but maybe Koopa did it for some reason. I don't know.
Dark Cooper. No, my read was I think that can be a perfectly legitimate read. I didn't think about it that hard, honestly. I thought that Bill did kill Ruth, and that Phyllis already knew about the affair and was just like letting it. Whatever, she
Jesus Christ, you killed your affair partner? Come on, Jesus Christ. You fucking idiot.
But she had, she had her own thing going and was like, it's she was like, very concerned about the guests coming over later that night. And I think it's more about just like, keeping up appearances or whatever that she was interested in. And now that she finds out that Bill's also a murderer, she's
pivoting.
Yeah. She's pissed. And I don't know what to make of the sooty figure. It's like the chimney sweep guy style individual over there.
Yeah.
And his like head's floating around. Okay, so Matthew Lillard or Bill is talking about it was a dream where he goes and kills Ruth. And
that does feel possessed vibes. Did it while possessed?
Yeah. And so it's kind of both, I think, then. So it's sort of like how we were talking about it in Fire Walk with Me, how this stuff is metaphorical and literal. It's like the dream stuff, like it is a dream and he did do it for real, I think, is my read. And that I think
that's probably more realistic.
And that the dark figure is kind of like a dream figure as well that is also real, but like, somehow connected to his consciousness or his soul, whatever. I don't know, though. I feel like I had a much closer grasp on everything until the return. Like I was even like, I was doing a lot of work, or like I think I got pretty close with like the Fire Walk with Me and Missing Pieces and everything, and then from minute one, I'm on my back foot, to be honest.
Do you think that like every town or every region has its own Bob, or does every like family have its own Bob?
Ooh.
Or does like every person fight their own Bob?
I like that a lot. Sort of like, I don't know. Jeffrey Epstein, it's like there's more than one Jeffrey Epstein, right? There's probably like a lot of those style guys.
Yeah.
You just only heard about him. And that like that.
But one of them could impact multiple generations, like fucked up Leland's life, fucked up Laura Palmer's life.
Yeah. It's not that necessarily Twin Peaks is, and then the Glastonbury Grove is like the only Hellmouth, sort of thing. That there's these portals kind of like everywhere. Because we're seeing stuff happen in South Dakota. We're seeing stuff happen in Vegas and in New York. And is it all like just these A-tier characters that we're like surrounded by? Interesting. I like that a lot. Okay, Phyllis returns home where Cooper's doppelganger stands in her living room. He comments that she followed human nature perfectly and murders her with George's gun, which he drops just before he leaves. This isn't in Twin Peaks. This isn't happening in South Dakota, I think, right?
I think so. I was going to ask you that for clarification, but I think that's right.
Yeah. As in, like,
what could she have done that he wanted her to have done?
Ooh.
Framed?
Maybe, yeah. Being evil.
She did something. Is it just the affair with George? Maybe.
Maybe. Is it go what did she just do? She just went to the jail to talk some shit, basically.
To Catherine, to be a Catherine to a Ben.
Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah, she went to the jail cell to talk some shit and put out like bad vibes, and that's why we saw the dark figure conjured from the bad vibes.
Okay. Because Cooper's preparing for something of some kind.
He's got some scheme, it appears.
Yeah. He needs information and bad vibes.
He wants information.
He wants, I'm sorry, excuse me. I feel fool. It's a big difference.
In Las Vegas, Duncan Todd calls Roger into his office and hands him money. He tells him to tell her that she has the job. Roger asks him why Todd lets him make him do these things. Todd then warns Roger to never get involved with people like him. Roger then leaves. So they're not like referring to anybody by name here. They're using pronouns. Very, very progressive here.
Yeah.
And this is that scene that we talked about with Big Fischler in the mix.
This is what it feels like to talk to any like person at your corporate job that you have to like do the thing they're telling you to do. Why do you make like? Yeah, I don't know why I let them make me do these things, but I'm making you do this, so do it. Like,
we're all just kind of going through the motions here. Cooper's doppelganger eats creamed corn in a restaurant with Jack, Ray, and Daria. They discuss the doppelganger's alleged worry about the following day and information that the doppelganger wants, which Ray promises to get from Hastings' secretary. I totally missed that he was eating creamed corn.
I was going to ask you, did I look away from the screen for too long? Was it super prominent? But I'm glad you missed it too. What I did catch was I liked Ray's line to Jack. Like, you barely touched your third dinner or something, or your three dinners or something like that.
This is the first time we've seen Jack, right? Like he wasn't part of the lodge or the cabin. Okay.
I don't think so, because I thought there was only two people that left.
Yeah. Left with Mr. C. Okay. Yeah, so Jack's a new guy, and what do we know about him? He's hungry. He's chomping on his stuff. You know what I think is going on?
Jaw.
Yeah. You know what I think is happening with Twin Peaks? I think. Okay, did you watch The Missing Pieces? Okay. I don't even know if I want to recommend it. Not that it's bad. I think it's interesting and good, but I want there to be they're pieces that are missing for a reason, I think.
Okay.
And if you were to cut together The Missing Pieces with Fire Walk with Me, so The Missing Pieces are it's a feature-length movie built from deleted scenes and extended scenes from Fire Walk with Me.
Does it feel like a separate movie? Like, does it work as a narrative? I mean, I guess that's a pretty Sure,
about
it
as
does.
well as I guess I would say like not quite as like you could watch Firewalk with Me by itself, like theoretically, and pretty much get what you need to out of it. I think. I don't think you can really do that with the missing pieces. I think it very much heavily depends on you knowing what happens in the other movie.
Okay.
But if you were to cut them together, which apparently some fans have done, and highly don't recommend watching
Cutting
that.
against David Lynch.
Yeah. Right. But it tells the plot, just like of like the very basics, like nuts and bolts of like what happens is so much clearer with the extra information. And like even the stuff that's like still unexplained, like there's more David Bowie in the missing pieces, for example. Whether we just get one scene of David Bowie in Fire Walk with Me where he does something weird, and like that's never ever explained or touched on at all. And it's not like it gets further explained, but they're in this, but we get another scene in the missing pieces where like another weird thing happens with David Bowie, and you kind of get the sense that like, oh, okay, he's kind of there's this other like thing going on over here that like it just feels a little bit better to have like, okay, there's some sort of pattern over there. We don't really need to like think about it so much for this story. Whereas just like the one-off was like is more disorienting for some reason.
Getting a little bit more lets you accept it almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Understand it.
And so what I think, I have no idea if this is how David Lynch edited Fire Walk with Me, but what you could do is like put together like a long movie with like everything that happens, and then used to strategically knock out scenes and pillars and just cut away at stuff until you're left with an experience that is conveying something unique with just those components. And what that doesn't include is like a strong understanding of the plot. And I think it's deliberate. I think it's obviously deliberate. Like they wrote and filmed and then deleted scenes that like spell certain things out or aid in understanding, just like, wait, who is that? Who's what's going on here? Sort of like I think that like we could have had a very easy scene to explain Jack's presence at all. Like what's he up to? What's his role in any of this? Even it's like, hey Jack, nice to meet you, sort of thing. I think that like we're deliberately supposed to be glimpsing pieces of a story that we're not supposed to be able to follow. Like there's an effect that we get from watching something that is happening just outside our grasp of being able to track like the basic kind of things that you would normally expect to get with watching a movie or TV show. Just like, oh, what are the stakes of this scene? Even if we don't know the particulars, we kind of know generally what people want. But like this is almost like a dream in and of itself as far as the logic that we get from the show.
I find it interesting to have done that, like, not as a writing exercise, but as a, like, maybe you wouldn't know exactly how things are going to feel once you like play the scenes back to back. But it does seem possible to write a screenplay with the pieces missing that you want missing.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to film everything, to cut lots of it rather than to write the holes in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think that, I saw a good clip of David Lynch. Like there's a good compilation of David Lynch like crashing out on various sets on The Return, mostly it seems. And I saw a good clip today or this week of him like just being really pissed off that they don't have more time to film, to play around in a location and to find stuff there, and just to feel. So he's a majorly intuitive
Gotcha.
artist, and so I think that it's a big part of his process is to like get some pieces together and then feel that, rather than necessarily have like a tightly constructed vision and then you go off and like build towards a particular vision. You're sort of like excavating around until you present it, I think, is maybe a way of thinking about his process. Okay.
I bet producers prefer that.
yeah. He's an interesting. He has such an interesting career, where early on in his career, like he had a reputation of like being like easy to work with. I think. I mean, like he could play the game, and I don't even know if he necessarily thought of it as playing the game, but like he was good at talking to people and like hanging out. He could show up to the boardroom and like producers would feel confident to.
Is it that like he can exude a confidence that he will come up with something, but we don't know what it is until it's done, versus like, I need you to finance like a ton of stuff so I can like, I don't know. Like, it's like, no, we trust this guy will come up with something. He just doesn't know what it is until it's done.
I think it's closer to the latter, and I'm far from a David Lynch scholar, and so like I don't know how hard to emphasize the like,
sure,
like, oh, he needs to get a bunch of material and then get rid of a bunch of stuff. I think that like maybe that a lot of the stuff from Fire Walk with Me, the deleted stuff, is still filmed in the same locations and everything. It's not like they would have necessarily filmed stuff that like would have tripled the budget and then cut down to a third of the size, sort of thing. And he's a very like,
it wasn't irresponsible filmmaking.
No. Yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. And then I think that it honestly shows more, it just says more about like the industry than Lynch himself, that it might have become harder and harder to do things in the David Lynch way. And the fact that the return happened at all is kind of a miracle when you read more about it. And it was definitely not an easy process. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of locking horns from Showtime and David Lynch. And there's some producer that David Lynch like credited for like making it happen at all. Like it so some sort of like bridge from the studio to him, or it could work. And then it still seems like even with it through the process, like I can't. He's like, I'm never fucking working like this again. Like we could have so much time. We can't find anything over here. This is no way to work. With just like run it, not having the ability to just take a breath and find a scene. You're just worried about making your day the whole time.
It sure seems like I wonder if like 2017 was or 2016, 15 when it was filmed would have been a uniquely bad time to produce within like the streaming evolution, that maybe like someone would have given him just a blank check in 2019 or something, when we kind of had a better model for like, I don't know. You think about like, I'm thinking about like Nathan Fielder on The Rehearsal, like him getting a deal like that, where it feels very obvious that like a blank check was signed for them to just, like David Lynch needed a blank check to be signed to make a thing, rather than like Showtime being crazy in 2016 about like schedules and
This says that the budget for Twin Peaks: The Return is around $80 million. Gosh, I don't know. I guess I don't know how to like what was like, let's say, True Detective season 1 budget was like $4 million per episode. 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, so it is that is a massive amount of money. And then now we like I don't even know how to think about stuff because like Stranger Things, they spent like $1 billion on it or whatever. They literally spent $1 billion on Rings of Power.
House of Cards season 5 came out in 2017 and had a budget of $65 million for the entirety of season 5.
Okay, that's not too far off, but that's a lot easier bank, I think, for executives. Where that's I guess was that after
the 5th season?
yeah, and like we kind of have the machine up and running. Although, like, when did Kevin Spacey?
Would have been the next year, I think.
Oh, okay. So this is pre. This is
his last season, I think.
Okay. And it's like, it's like a Fincher thing. This is a pretty like we know this works. This has been working for us. This is kind of our flagship thing. Okay, so and also Showtime isn't the biggest network. Showtime isn't Netflix or HBO or these other places, even though it is like, prestige programming.
Do you think, I'm so sorry to get us so derailed here, but one last production question here. Do you think that most people watching this as it came out would have been watching 2017 Showtime add-on to their cable or like Showtime streaming? Like, it feels so crazy to me that someone would be like adding Showtime as an option to their cable in 2017.
How were people watching this in 2017? Yeah. That's such a good question.
But it also seems pretty early for there to be like 100% conversion to streaming.
Like, is there a Showtime Plus thing? Like, has it standalone streaming service?
I imagine there was back then. But
yeah, if anybody out there listening watch this
how the
when
fuck
it came
you
out.
watch the show?
Yeah, how did you watch this when it was broadcast initially or when it aired? Let's take a quick digression into the mythology of the Lodge, Atticus, because we're here at this table with the doppelganger, Cooper's doppelganger, and Jack, Ray, and Daria. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Doppelgangers are different from the other spirits, right? Like, but the other spirits can also have doppelgangers themselves. Like Cooper has a doppelganger who's evil, but he's not a full-time Lodge spirit like the Giant or the Man from Another Place, each of whom. Well, does the Giant have a doppelganger or just is the Giant and the Waiter, they're one and the same. We learned they're one and the same, but neither of them are like evil. So are they what am I asking? Cooper is not a full-time Lodge resident, but he's got a doppelganger situation going.
I thought he was a full-time. I thought Cooper has been stuck in the Lodge.
Well, he is. Sorry, yes, but he doesn't like originate from the Lodge. Yeah, what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
The way that like it kind of seems like the Man from Another Place and like Bob and Mike are like of that. Their origin is of this space.
So Mike just like is of the Black Lodge. He left and just started selling shoes.
That's the form he took. that Philip Gerard was somebody that Mike possessed.
And then he just he's staying in Philip Gerard?
Guess so.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know, man. But okay, Mr. C does not need anything. He wants. It's an important distinction. What do you make of this distinction, Atticus?
I guess it felt kind of a threat, like you actually don't have any leverage on me. Like you don't have something I need. You have something I want. I'll be fine without it.
Ah, I like that. I took it as okay. I think we usually think of like it's like the difference between wanting and needing something is like, oh, I need that coat. Like, do you need that coat or do you want that coat? And it's like, oh yeah, want is like a less strict version of what's going on here. It's like it's less. I mean, it's by definition it's less important. But I don't think that's what's happening between the difference between want and need in Mr. C's case. I think that like Mr. C, he's operating as a doppelganger, like evil type guy. He's not a human. He comments on somebody else's human nature. Humans have needs and wants. Have needs. He just has wants. He's just like a demon who wants stuff. Like it's almost like you can't kill me. There's nothing you can like do to me or anything. Like I just go about like this is kind of like this is all like evil whim type shit because I'm basically a demon, not like he's operating on like a different incentive structure or something than like humans, I think.
It's like it's kind of a stupid thought, but like if you could teach lions perfect English, you still wouldn't be able to talk to them because like you wouldn't understand each other's perspectives.
It's lion
like,
stuff.
Have you ever heard that stupid ass thought experiment?
I think about that all the time with my dogs. I think
they could speak English and you wouldn't understand each other. It's like you can't understand why I am emphasizing that it's want but need, but it's because I'm fucking different, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to be up here.
There's that Far Side comic that's like the scientist who discovers the translator helmet so that he can finally understand what dogs are saying. And he puts it on and just a bunch of dogs barking at each other going, hey, 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 hey. It's so funny.
Bark.
Ray and Daria keep looking at each other. They're making eyes at each other across the table. Well, at least Ray's making eyes at Daria. I think Daria's kind of like, bro, you're being really obvious about this. You're like pushing his buttons right now. You're being knock it off. And
have you seen his haircut?
Ray?
No.
Oh, that's
Cooper's like, you need to be careful around this man.
Yeah. Don't mess with him, man. Yeah, Ray's being a bit sneaky. Hawk searches the woods and the log lady calls him and says the stars turn and a time presents itself and offers for him to stop by for pie and coffee. He soon arrives at Glastonbury Grove where red drapes faintly appear and disappear.
I had a really dumb thought when the log lady came back because you said last episode that like she had recorded this scene but like shortly before she passed. And I was like, another scene with her? Like, I'm confused. Like, this is after she died. Like, how did this happen? I don't know. I confused all my timelines and that you could film something all at once.
Yeah, I think they probably got her in for a day. And I feel like I saw somewhere, and I haven't looked too hard on it, but like I think I saw something that she died like 4 days after filming that. Like it was like
Wow.
very soon after recording these scenes. Um, and dude, there's a lot to be said about the, I don't know what to call it, but like the meta story of like the actors and people involved. Like there's a lot of sadness that had been carried on from the first show. Not, maybe that's not the right word, but like, Catherine Coulson was very ill when in recording that. And I love her performance in these scenes too. And there's something just so like powerful about like knowing that this person died so soon after recording this. And like she's like an old lady like acting as his character, but there's like so much in that performance, and she's doing such a good job with it. You feel she feels the burden of being the log's messenger like so strongly here. Like she's like, she can tell like she's barely hanging on, that she's not doing great, but she still has like messages to relay from the log, and she takes it gravely serious, and but knows like her time is short. I don't know. There's just something really powerful about seeing that scene. I don't know, it was really getting me. And there's a lot of other death that happened between in those 25 years. I don't know how it took me this long to realize, but like Jack Nance died in a really unfortunate way before, like back in the 90s, I think. And I mean, David Bowie died before this came out, and I don't know. There's this and then there's other sadness too, where like we don't need to get into it too deep, but the man from another place, Michael J. Anderson, is not back. He's a tree now, and there's reasons for why he didn't return. It's there. So there's something to this idea of like Twin Peaks: The Return is like, oh man, we also used to be so young and beautiful and healthy and friends, and then like all this time passes, and like try to recapture the magic would be a strange mission. And so this is we're leaning into the sadness and the stuff that happens with the passage of time in The Return. And I feel like Margaret Lanterman is part of that. Glastonbury Grove, the trees seem to have grown since season 2 finale to me. This is a crazy theory. I'm on my tree bullshit again, which, by the way, I don't think I've even mentioned. I feel like really stupid, but like the log lady, it's like all about the damn tree. She's communicating from the log. But okay, the trees that were planted around Glastonbury Grove. To me, it looks like they've grown since we saw them in season 2. I wonder if the trees these trees were planted or like sprouted when Laura was born, or Cooper. Like they seem to be like young saplings in the end of season 2, and now they seem like they're not like huge trees yet, but like they maybe seem like they're a few decades old. I'm just judging based on like remember the tree we planted when we were kids? Like we could get it home in that Mazda hatchback. And 30 years later, it's, well, that's not quite that. 20 years later, it's a pretty big tree now. You guys know that trees grow over time, right? I don't need to explain that, but I feel like
there's something different about seeing it. Like, we all know it takes a long time to see, but watching a tree grow from young to old, or not, is very cool and like grounding, and like kind of warps your sense of time to see proof of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what to make of, I don't really know what it says, if like those trees are as old as Laura, or like, or if they're as old as Cooper or something. But that's a crazy tree theory continuing.
Were you like pretty excited to see the arm evolve into a tree? Were you like,
let's go, dude? Yes.
Let's fit this in somewhere.
I really did enjoy that. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was doing a good job of just letting things wash over me and being like, okay.
Nice.
I'm like patting myself on the back for being fine with it.
You let this one slide, Mr. Lynch.
Yeah.
Marlowe's all over you, dude. He's being such a cutie. Yeah. Folks, if you're not on the YouTube, you're missing out on Atticus's cat with his little bow tie rubbing up all over the microphone.
Third guest very often attends recordings.
Inside the red room, Cooper sits and Mike asks him if it is future or past, then tells him someone is there. An older Laura Palmer appears and speaks to Cooper, telling him he can go out now. She asks if he recognizes her, and when he asks her if she is Laura Palmer, she gives the same answer she gave him in the dream he had many years before, which is, I feel like I know her, but sometimes my arms bend back. When he asks who she is, she confirms that she is indeed Laura Palmer and that she is both dead and alive at the same time. She removes her face, revealing an intense light behind it, then puts it back. You know how that goes. He asks her when he can leave, and she walks over to him and kisses him before whispering in his ear, just like in his dream 25 years prior. Suddenly, she screams and a force pulls her up. The red drapes blow back and reveal a pale horse in darkness. Mike appears to Cooper again and asks him again if it is future or past, then leads him out of the room. He shows him to the arm, which has evolved into an electric tree with a fleshy mess at the top of it. The arm asks Cooper if he remembers this doppelganger and explains that he must, or if he remembers just his doppelganger, and explains that he must be returned in order for Cooper to be allowed to leave. So it's all pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if we even need to get into any of this.
Yeah.
So is Cooper, you think, not seen Laura this whole time? I guess he's just been...
I guess it is the implication that he doesn't have a life besides sitting there.
I think so. I think he literally has been like chilling in the dentist waiting room for 25 years.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, you're back. Okay, nice.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think he's been chilling in the dentist waiting room for like 25 years. Like people keep asking, like, do you need anything? And he's like, oh no, I'm good. And like has just been rearranging the apps on his home screen for 25 years.
There's just, can you imagine 25 years of this type of bullshit happening to you? Like someone comes in, says something cryptic, like, are you Laura? And they
but I mean that's very funny. But I think that like that it hasn't been happening. I think it's, we know that like this red room is like out of time and stuff, so it doesn't quite track. But I don't think that he's been like regularly communicating with Laura or anything. I think it's pretty much he's just been sitting there.
Maybe it feels like 10 minutes. Like we don't know how it feels like.
Yeah,
but
I think it's interesting that Laura seems to have been pulled into like the admin side of the Black Lodge or the Red Room, or I don't know how to call this, but like she seems to have some kind of understanding of what's going on there, or the rules, or like some knowledge of what's gonna come next. And Cooper, even after 25 years of being there, is like, is there like a bathroom around here or something? And Laura is like in on what it comes next to some extent, even though she's
on the stage play with everyone else.
Yeah,
that they're performing for him,
and she still seems subject to a lot of pain and suffering, or whatever happens with being pulled up there. Zoe pointed out, always good to watch this with Zoe, the death mask thing again. Remember that from, I can't even remember. Was that season 1? But
oh yeah.
But like that's very much what happens with Laura's face. She's like,
nice.
It's like a death mask situation. Horse reveal. That's cool.
Giant horse reveal.
Mm-hmm. Major horse reveal. The sound that the arm makes now is so much worse than before. Like, I never really played much Pokemon, but it's like this is the evolution of the arm, right? Like, what does Mike say about it? Like, this is what the arm looks like now, or what do you say? Like, the arm changed, or like this is its next level.
You're right. It's like, I think it might be evolves. That sounds right.
Okay,
but I don't know.
But yeah, like before he said like I am the arm and I sound like this. And now the sound that the arm makes is like much more like sinister and sounds like Hannibal Lecter eating some guy's liver sort of thing. I love the wavy tree branches with the electricity going on it. Also, tree theory, like insanely vindicated by like a million
unbelievable levels of vindication.
Yeah, and also like, should I get my telephone pole theory? Remember that? Like it's electric tree, conducting power and industry, whatever. It's all here in this tree, baby. Don't know what to make of the flesh though, so
no.
Get back to you on that. It's good ass design though. Jack closes a garage door where a car used by Cooper's doppelganger is parked. He gives the doppelganger keys to a different car, and the doppelganger grabs Jack's face and strokes it.
For like a long time.
For a long time. What do you make of that?
I don't know. I guess I was just getting like, look how like they just do what he tells them to do.
Yeah.
And like how afraid they are. But I don't know.
Yeah. I think it was like a humiliation thing.
Yeah.
Because we also find out later that he kills him right after this anyway. I don't think you're supposed to keep cars in self-storage, by the way.
Really? It looks like it barely fit. He was really trying to get that like handle to flip in. I don't know if you noticed that. He kept on having to like flick it in as the garage door went down. Which doesn't make sense because you'd want it on the outside. Okay, buddy.
This guy. He screwed up. And that face massage thing reminds me of high school when we'd take photos of each other like blowing raspberries with a camera flash to like freeze the motion so your lips would look insane. Like if you did like and then just freeze it in an instant. That was a good time.
Good time right there.
He goes to a motel where inside, Daria quickly hangs up the phone and tells him she was talking to Jack. He tells her that Ray never showed up to a planned meeting they had, and he borrows Daria's gun before sitting on the bed with her. Holding her, he reveals to her that he killed Jack. Realizing her cover is blown, Daria tries to escape, but he restrains her and plays a recording of the phone call she just had with Ray, revealing that Jeffries had given them a call to kill the doppelganger. She tries to escape again, but he once again restrains her, and he confirms to her that he is going to kill her. After another futile attempt to escape his grasp, he punches her in the face and asks her to reveal to him who hired them to kill him. But she claims to not know, but she does say they were going to be paid $500,000 split between the two of them. As a plea for her life, she says she would not have followed through, but he brushes this off. He says he was supposed to get pulled back into the Black Lodge the following day, but has a plan to prevent this. He asks if Ray got the information from Hastings' secretary and asks if she heard anything about coordinates, but she says she has not, but that the secretary did tell Ray something. The doppelganger pulls an ace card out of his pocket with a strange symbol on it and says that it is what he wants. After one more attempted escape from Daria, the doppelganger kills her. Rough scene.
Rough watch.
Sequence. Yeah. Would you kill someone for $500,000?
No.
Nice.
On air, nope.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I could kill someone at all.
Yeah, I don't think I could kill someone either. What do you think it cost though? That feels right. Like $500,000?
Yeah. What about killing someone with the ability to punch that he has? I would want more. You'd think more at least. I think this is a dangerous target for $500,000.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Well, Ray sure doesn't seem to know anything about the guy.
That's fair.
And so they don't know what they're getting into. It was.
You show me a picture, and I would know to ask for more money.
Ugh. Yeah. That shirt is making me think that he's up to no good. That jacket, dude. The jacket in the scene.
Yeah.
So okay, the costuming here, it's so upsetting. She's in her underwear, and he's in his fucked up jacket and shirt. And he's just holding on to her on the bed, and this starkness of how that feels the whole time. I don't know. It just feels very tactile. I can feel the shitty zipper up against my face or something.
Yeah.
And it's creaky,
and then he has to
and it's hard to get into the pocket.
Yeah,
it's
when he does
tight.
that, it felt so realistic. Where it was it almost just felt like he was shifting because he was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and it was but he was getting a card out or something.
Yeah,
and I think the sound of the jacket came through in a way that was God, I would never wear that jacket in a bed. I don't know. It's such a stupid thought, but
yeah. And Daria's foot is super pointed. She is not relaxing on the bed. She is straight up. I think she's posing. I think she's trying to set Mr. C at ease or something, or keep him drawn into the trap for a while. But her foot is just so
mine is yours.
Flat out, or it looks super uncomfortable. Yeah, she's in her underwear the whole time, man.
And then when he kills her, the way he just leaves her head covered, and you just see her body there is very upsetting too.
Very upsetting. I think there's definitely a point to showing covering her face, and we only see the rest of her body, and it's in her underwear there, this totally depersonalization of a female body like that. Yucky, I guess. He washes his hands, then contacts who he believes is Philip Jeffries, who is David Bowie's character. But the voice mentions that he had met with Major Garland Briggs and says that he is called to say goodbye. The voice then...
were you on your feet for this? When you
Garland Briggs?
Garland Briggs mentioned?
Yeah. I've also been watching X-Files in parallel with this, and we watched maybe the same night. But there's a X-Files episode. Don Davis plays Scully's dad.
That's great.
Yeah, and it was the next episode of this. So things were very much swirled in together. So I feel like I had to stop myself and think yeah, we saw Garland Briggs, but no, we saw Scully's dad. The voice mentions that he met with Major Garland Briggs and says that he is called to say goodbye. The voice then says the doppelganger is going back in tomorrow, and he will be with Bob again, then disconnects. The doppelganger logs into an FBI database and downloads files on Yankton Federal Prison, where Ray claims to be. The doppelganger goes to the motel room next door and meets with Chantal Hutchins, asking her to clean up Daria's body and to meet him along with her husband in a few days.
The FBI computer system was pretty funny. I feel like it was realistic boomer doppelganger computer behavior. Like there was lots of like I don't know. Cooper didn't seem super comfortable on the computer, which was funny after like he's like this like cool, like super efficient, like murderous demon guy that's just like, no, I don't think that's my password. Like almost like
we did see some computers. It was Wyndham Earl was doing computer stuff in season 2. But that's kind of the extent of it. Technology.
And then at the beginning with the calculator, when Cooper's like, he didn't do it, that device doesn't come back up.
Yeah. Like his like portable digital handheld thing. Yeah, the technology of Twin Peaks is interesting. I think that would be something to examine. If you would like, for example, had a podcast, we were supposed to examine the show. Look at all the digital cameras that we saw. It's pretty high tech. I don't know. Okay, Chantal, Jennifer Jason Leigh. That got a pop from me. Although unfortunately she is a Zionist. So I guess boo. I don't know. What am I saying here? I recognized her and I've liked her and stuff, and I was like, oh, it's Jennifer Jason Leigh, and then I had to remember, like, oh wait, no.
I don't like her and stuff. And
the dogs were pretty on their bullshit at this point, and made it a little difficult to follow at this point. The arm says 253 time and time again, and repeatedly says Bob's name and to go. Mysterious numbers talking about time. What is this? Freaking Lost, dude?
Come on.
Are we freaking watching Lost right now? Did
Just
you
vibing on some Lost.
Notice Bob's name is not capitalized here? In the subtitles?
I think I did. I think I remember there being something that surprised me about like, it's like, oh, I thought this was Bob. Yeah. You're right.
I have no idea what to make of that. Has it never been capitalized in like the subtitles like that, the on-screen subtitles? Has the capitalization of Bob and Mike been something that like the fans have taken it upon themselves to do, or is that like a canonical spelling? I think it is a canonical capitalization. Why isn't it capitalized here? Is it an inconsistency? And if it is, what does that signal? No idea. No idea what's going on with that.
It would be interesting to have someone like really dive into that and see like how much is like, does the show, how much is like language that the fans made up, and what has been validated by the creators? You know what I mean? Like, for example, was Log Lady fans saying that? Did anyone ever call her Log Lady on the show?
They did call her Log Lady in the first episode.
Okay. But how many things, I mean, nonetheless, my examples, you know.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Exactly.
Is it ever called the Red Room?
No, it's not.
Probably not.
I don't think so. Cooper follows Mike out of the room. Mike disappears, and he goes down a hallway into another room. He exits that room to go through another hallway, from where he enters a room where Leland Palmer sits and tells him to find Laura. Some of this doesn't play so well in description, text description here.
And then
entering a room, leaving a room, entering a room, leaving a room. Okay, yeah, Leland Palmer sits and tells him to find Laura. Someone get Ray Wise in an RFK Jr. biopic right now.
Oh my God, please. That's such
I
a
bet
good
he'd
idea.
sweat it out with Kid Rock
he would do it so well.
tremendous manner.
Oh my God. And I would like there to be a touch of Bob in there, like some show tunes. I don't know if RFK would actually sing a show tune, but
I would
Ray
love
Wise
to hear it.
sing. I would love to hear it.
Ray Wise could do such a good, like, just play RFK as Leland Palmer being evil.
Yeah,
That
would be so good.
I love Ray Wise. He seems to have aged extremely well.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Leland Palmer sits and tells him to find Laura. Cooper exits and the lodge begins to distort. Mike notes that something is wrong, and the arm mentions his doppelganger. Cooper goes back to the hallway and pulls back a curtain, seeing a road where his doppelganger is driving. The lodge shakes as the arm's doppelganger replaces the statue and roars at him as the chevron floor shifts. The arm's doppelganger says, non-existent, and Cooper is dropped through the floor and is transported to the glass box in New York City just before Sam Colby and Tracy Barbarato are killed. He is then transported back out. Okay.
The floor, that was cool.
So sick.
It's a cool idea.
Floor moving like that. The chevron designs, really cool look. Very cool look. I was a little. There's a little bit of a groan when, like, okay, the arm who is now a tree is now saying, "Oh yeah, I've got a doppelganger." Like, sorry, you have the tree now has a doppelganger, dude.
Like, you're not the doppelganger of the man from another place. Like,
also, like, I know the point is
I
that,
just
like,
met you,
doppelgangers will look exactly like us, but, like, you're a tree, dude. Like, no offense, trees kind of look already pretty close to each other.
Yeah.
But then I was just laughing, imagining, like, Cooper, like, walking around and, you know, seeing the other the tree doppelganger and just being like, "Hey, arm, I think your doppelganger's here."
Yeah.
Arm. Just.
Oh my God. Every time he meets someone, he brings out like a whiteboard and it's like, okay, so you're this person's this person. Like,
yeah. I didn't think we'd get to see the scary bathroom again. I very much appreciated that.
yeah. Do you remember the scary bathroom? It's very funny when he like guides you through things, you know, where it's like, do you remember this part? And it's like, yeah, I remember this part. And you have some crazy expectations of me. But it's very nice of you to remind me of this thing that just was last episode.
Oh, man. I was just watching a YouTube video about like some crazy live mix setup for some band at Red Rocks. And it was so funny what the guy was choosing to stop and explain. And like he would drop like the most complicated matrix of submix and mix minus situation, like without stopping to explain any of it. And then he would like get really but then he would like stop and explain what like a de-esser is for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I know that. What are you talking about?
It's in the name.
Yeah. The other stuff is like new science that you've created somehow.
When we're done in here, I like to coil the cables clockwise. It's like, stop.
Yeah,
please.
can you explain how you're doing any of the other stuff? That's crazy. Yeah,
I don't care that the bin is a Rubbermaid bin that you used to bring it in here.
Yeah, like there was some like there was some like complicated software tutorial that I was watching just earlier today too, that like stopped to explain like, now saving your project allows you to return to it later in case the program closes and your computer turns on. Like, yeah, dude, I know about saving files. We're on
I feel like, okay, I know that we don't need another example of this, but I've been infuriated by this recently. I've been wanting to make sourdough. Every recipe ever that I've found is like, take your sourdough starter and then do this to it. And it's like, okay, how do I make that? We don't want to talk about that. We just want to talk about how easy our sourdough recipe is if you've got sourdough starter. And the sourdough starter, if you look up a recipe, is like, oh, easy. You just need a digital scale because there's going to be really precise measurements of flour over the next 7 days. Like,
7 days, you say?
Right. And it's like, you can't just use flour. You have to use like whole flour, which the local grocery store doesn't even have. Like, there's no such thing as easy sourdough. It's all a lie.
I've heard of people like giving some, or like you can like get donate some of your sourdough starter, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like you could source a sourdough starter from somewhere. You don't have to make it from scratch, or does that not work?
I don't know who to source it from. You got a sourdough guy?
I think Mom has one.
Ooh.
Or had one at some point. This again could be like 5 years out of date from.
Well, then it's probably grown. It's been fed. It's really good. Huge.
It's towering over the city. Okay. The Arms doppelganger says non-existent, but like non-exist-ant. He's like a damn tree. Tree theory continuing to
or, is it using AI? Because it's using, well, I guess those are not M dashes, so we'll pass.
God, like that gum you like is not only gonna come back in style, it's gonna be the best gum of all time. I don't know. Trying to do AI.
I'm sure we'll all get better at an AI impression, but I'm glad that you weren't able to just instantly break into like an impression of AI.
You know what I do? I'm very anti-AI, but you know what I do wish was AI that isn't, is this footage that Sarah Palmer is watching in her home.
Yeah. I didn't need to see it.
Didn't need to see it. I get that there's probably something to be said for like we have seen horrible violence against human beings in this episode here, and like this is more disturbing than that. Those are actors. I'll just say that though. We saw like a water buffalo snuff film. In the middle of here. This isn't like a nature documentary either. This summary puts it right. Sarah Palmer watches footage of lions killing an African buffalo. Like this is just like, yeah, some video of this happening.
She's special ordered this.
Yeah. What a terrible vibe that she's got going. She's always been sucking down the cigs, but she's really going at it here.
Yeah.
She's got like a messy house. I mean, of course. I bet she's like a totally broken person.
Yeah.
What a really dark existence that seems to indicate, dude. Okay. Last scene. At the Roadhouse, the regal band, the Chromatics, performs Shadow as Shelly has drinks with her friends, and James Hurley enters the bar with Freddie Sykes looking at Shelly's friend Renee. From the bar, Red makes eye contact with Shelly, where Jean-Michel Renaud serves drinks. Ending the episode on this scene was a good idea, because this rocked. This is the first time. I'm glad it's included. Like David Lynch has he's wowed me before, and like I know he's like a totally. I trust this is gonna get, like, I'm gonna be like amazed by the return. I'm just grateful to have just like a little bit of reassurance, like, don't worry, there is still amazement to be had in the world, I guess, because I really loved this last scene with the chromatics playing. I love James too. I loved seeing him. And I loved Shelly saying he's always been cool.
He's cool. He's always been cool.
Yeah, dude. I feel like that's absolutely a message to the audience.
He's dressed the same as he's always
exactly the same. Like he's like smiley. I straight up. I'm so glad I ended up being a James defender, because I'm loving him being back here, and I love, like, yeah, we're gonna have Majin Amick turn to the camera and say, "Fuck all y'all, James is the man." He's always been cool. I love Shelly. Love seeing her. Dude, what do you make it? How do you feel about this scene?
I'm so embarrassed to say this, but it took me a while to realize. I was like, I recognize that guy. It took me a while to realize that was
recognize James.
I recognized he was familiar, but like, I don't know. I mean, like, I know he looks like him, but it's also like you're not expecting to see. Not. I don't know.
Sure. He does look like. I mean, it's always looked like, it always has looked like a total costume on him.
Yeah.
But never more so than now. Like I know his whole character is the point. Like, he's like a soft, nice guy who looks like he's a badass worker, or like he's in a biker gang or something. There's that inherent, like, conflictual nature about his demeanor and appearance. But like, especially now that he's like middle-aged and whatever, I don't know, seen a lot more life and weathered, it feels so costumey now. Like,
yeah,
it's different for like a kid to like dress up like I'm
oh my god, yeah,
I'm projecting like my adolescence into like somebody who I'm struggling with my identity to become, versus like, you should have like figured this out like 20 years ago at this point, and you're still dressing like this. I don't know, I love it. I love him though.
Yeah. I continuing to embarrass myself. I feel like I couldn't quite tell who was looking at who at the group. I
thought James and Shelly were gonna be were making eyes at each other.
Yeah. And finding out, did someone say, "Hi, this is Shelly," or did you just recognize that as Shelly? You just could see that was Shelly.
I just knew that was Shelly. Maybe someone would said her name, but no, that was
finding out right now that
you didn't know that was Shelly.
No.
Oh my gosh.
But I guess I might have facial blindness, and in addition to all my other cognitive issues, to understand a TV show.
What'd you make of the music?
I'm probably not going to listen to more chromatics, but I thought it was a good scene.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Are you putting chromatics on your playlist?
Oh man, not to be Ben about this, but chromatics have been on the playlist.
Okay.
Big time. This was cool. And the thing that I liked most about this scene too, we've talked about this over on the Patreon feed, but like, I've been getting really into YouTube. You guys check out YouTube, watch it. But they're just throwing like concerts up on the TV, or like live performances of live music performances on the TV. That's a good ass time, you guys. I highly recommend watching YouTube and listening to music. Let me put you on, you guys. But like there was something really. I'm the dumbest human alive, but like it felt like I was watching a YouTube video of a live performance. I don't know what I'm trying to say about this, but there was something like very striking to me about being in a TV show, and then it's like there's like a fourth wall breaking, but like shifting into a different medium of like we are just watching it like a Chromatics SNL set out of nowhere. Anyway, I loved it. I loved the ending like that.
I thought it was cool. It did kind of like, sometimes I get a little bit like, how would you be able to hear anyone? Like, why are, it felt like a very like, this is a show you watch, not like gesture to people and come over.
Yeah.
Like it was like, and that's just me being stupid and not like accepting it. But,
And that's also a classic TV show thing to have, just like randomly like a really cool band playing at and
they don't care if you hear them or not.
Right. Yeah. And like all the lights are on, like all the overhead lights are on this bar. Yeah. Okay. TBD on emerging superlatives, but so far we are still operating on our outdated model where we are going to nominate an outfit of the episode. Do you have anything to nominate for outfit of the episode here, Atticus?
I don't know. I'm so embarrassed that this always like catches me off. Like, oh God, what? I don't think I do, unless you have one for me to jump on board with.
I mean, man, nothing moved me. I guess the only thing that I can come up with is James is like him still wearing his old leather pads. I think was just kind of fun, I guess. But there's no like luxurious chunky wool sweaters anymore. We're in the throes of fast fashion and homogeneous grays now. Star performance. Who do you want to shout out in this episode?
Well, I feel like I know we're just kind of talking about the context. Maybe Log Lady again. I mean, is a very cool.
I love that
moment. But yeah, I think that's what I would say.
I think K-Mac is doing some good work, and as Mr. C, holding it down, being creepy, being scary, being intimidating. Also, Cheryl Lee returning as Laura Palmer, that was fun.
Yeah. It's cool getting the reveal of people returning.
What?
It's cool getting the reveal of what people look like when they come back.
Yeah.
Like their first scene back.
All right. Rate the episode, Atticus. Give us a number.
4 stars. Good episode.
I'm also going to say 4. Yes. This is good. What do you think what do you think is going to happen next? Can we say anything right now about the next episode, like even at its most basic, that like we think could be true? Like, what are you confident about? Like, are we going to see Mr. C in the next episode? I think so.
And are you saying Mr. C to mean doppelganger Cooper?
Yes.
And is that from something, or are you just being funny?
They called him that at the cabin.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a Mr. J. Almost sounds like Harley Quinn.
Mm-hmm. I think that is the only time anybody has said his name, though.
Okay. I feel like we'll see more of his plan to not get sucked up back into the lodge. But maybe we'll see less of the lodge for a minute. I don't know.
You think we're going to meet any new characters? Ooh, do you think we're going to meet any old characters is a better question. Who?
I need to know what Jacoby's doing with those fucking shovels.
Ooh, okay. Do you think we're going to see Jacoby in the next episode?
Yep, it's a Jacoby up next.
Okay, nice. I think that's a good call. I think that's a good ass call. I think we're going to see Big Ed next episode.
Ooh. Okay. Do you think we're going to get a Bobby?
Ooh. Bobby's probably a better choice, but I think I'm going to stick with Big Ed.
Okay.
Folks, thanks for listening to the show. Check us out over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton. Subscribe to us on YouTube and watch Twin Peaks The Return Part 3 for next week. Atticus, hit him with the catchphrase.
It's always good to be good.
That's so good. This is a Brand New Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.